Okay, I'm live. So if you're sitting in chat waiting, hi there. Get it set up on YouTube. And from there, I like to chat on YouTube better than StreamYard, so yeah. Finishing up something here real quick. Give me just a second. I'm not really late, I'm just, that's all. Okay. Put that away. Hi Dar, hi Judy, hi Jan, hi Kat, hi Gail, hi Michelle. I think I got everybody, I don't know. Hi Barbara, Barbara was here first. So yeah, hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. Let me go move that out of the computer so I can see what kind of quality. The quality looks good for me. So if you're having any issues, speak up now so I can get them fixed. Sorry for the glare over here. Hey, Amy. Elmaris, I think you're saying hi. Um, nice to meet you. Glad you came. What's my email address? Janet M. at yahoo.com. And that's also my PayPal tip jar. So, yeah, just hanging. That's a good thing. That's pretty much what I was doing this morning at Dee Dee's. All right. My picture looks good, so I hope you guys is too. Oh, I can't change it here. Anyway, yeah, it looks good to me. So what else is going on? Yesterday, and I jumped in the truck and went down and saw his son. He lives outside of Oklahoma City, which is about a 3 hour. So it was a beautiful day here yesterday. We've been having some really beautiful weather, and I love fall. Not the leaves, but I love the clear days and cool temperatures. So yeah, it was a good day. Just go ride in the car, and I ended up reading and playing on Twitter. You know, just killing time in the car. So that was a fun thing. And now I'm a day behind, but that's okay. I'll catch up in the next couple of days. So last we're here, I worked on this painting. I did it with I think the M-grams on Arches paper, high trace. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I am going to make some prints of this. And what's changed since I added some detail in the leaves, and I added a little bit of the stenciling and another one or two gauze, I don't remember, but just adding some in the background. And I thought about adding more dark, but I don't know, it just feels like the right amount to me. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with this, and it's off to get prints made. I like it. I like it a lot. So I think today, I can't remember who was it, Dee Dee, were talking about Neocolor IIs. And I thought, I don't think I've ever done a complete painting or anything with Neocolor IIs. And if you're not familiar with Neocolor IIs, they're a Caran D'Ache product, and they're water-soluble crayons, essentially. And they're pigment. Of all the water-soluble products, you guys, this is my absolute favorite. Thanks, Elmaris. The pigment in these is just unbelievable. So I don't think you would ever have to replace one of these unless you were working really huge. Mine are well loved. I use them in the Beast every month, and generally like I use them color in my stamps or add color, whatever, to drawings, but I don't think I've ever done an entire painting with them. So I thought, well, today might just do one of those foil embossed sheets that I bought at Hobby Lobby last week, with Neocolor, just because I've never done it and I just want to kind of see how it works. So this was the one I picked out, and I only have this much left because I gave Amy half of them. So I just picked this one because it's kind of big and it's easy to see. And one thing I was the Neocolor IIs is I'm stingy, so I don't like to sharpen them to a point. So they do get kind of blunt. Like, look at some of these. They don't have sharp points. Another cool thing you can, the water-soluble products, is you can actually turn them into pans, or something like pans. I got this from Derwent for something. I think it was to use with the, what do they call it? The blocks. The Inktense blocks. Duh, God, brain fart, could not think of that. Hi, Joan. But it's got a little grater here on top and then collects what you shave off in there. And so you can actually turn it into and product. I'm not going to. I'm going to just use them direct to paper or direct from the color itself onto the painting. I'm going to do here in a few minutes. But before that, I'll show you the other stuff I got going on. So that's what we're going to do in a few minutes. Showed at her channel. I got to move this because it's going to be in the way. That I'm not even sure how it got started. Maybe it was talking about doing a Zentangle kind of challenge for November. So I put together a list of 30 individual Zentangles, do one a day. See, and it's kind of like coming off of Inktober is such kind of a bummer. Gotten in the habit of drawing every day, every day, every day. And then you wake up on November 1st and there's nothing to draw. You know, like you finished it, it's done. It's like, well, what am I? So that's kind of how we came up with the whole Zentangle challenge, is, you know, to motivate us to just draw every day. One thing about every one of you in chat, there's a certain percentage of you who will say, I can't draw a straight line. I can't draw anything. I can't draw. I don't believe that. And the reason I don't believe that is because you learn to draw the alphabet. And you can write words that are legible to other people. Some people, no. Most people can write where it's understandable. And it's kind of the same with Zen, in my opinion. This is my notebook of Zentangle patterns, and I started years and years ago and I'm just going to open, just collecting them on these little 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards. These are baseball sleeves that they're stored in. Store them alphabetically. And then as a quick reference, I built this little book that doesn't have the step outs, but it has the finished design. So I can flip through here and say, oh, I like that one, I want to draw that one. And then if I have to go look up how to draw it, I know it's in here alphabetically. Thanks, Dar. It's good to see you. So this happens overnight. I made myself do like 1 or 2 a night of these step out cards, and I got them off of the website called tanglepatterns.com. And so all the patterns that I put on the list are all on tanglepatterns.com. So you're not having to go a bunch of different places or search for them. Just go there. They've got the alphabet across the top on it. Alphabetically, go find the design. So it's pretty simple stuff. Hey, Dee Dee. great stream this morning. I love watching you because I can't do it. So that's how this started. It's just 1 or 2 tangles a day on these 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards. And then I made this little template for myself to make the boxes. To measure it out every time. I just put this down, draw around it, boom, you're done. Simple stuff, right? But then when you're done, you've got like this book of all this great stuff. And so what I've been doing is on the I chose, and I did this, I started actually a couple months ago when Galena did something. When I draw the pattern, I mount it on a black card and actually put it on top of the step out. So someday if I keep at it long enough, and I might keep doing this because it's actually pretty fun, all these will have the actual finished design where it's shaded and mounted. And I'll have a really, really cool book when it's done. I'm organized about some things, Flo, and then other things I'm a complete mess. Like I don't like, now you're going to find out about the I'm OCD about. Filing stuff, I like things filed in its place where when I want to find it, I can find it. I don't want to dig through a pile of papers. Even though if you look around here, you'll say, damn girl, you got a lot of pile of papers. But it's stuff either that's finished, it needs something done with it, but as soon as I'm done, I want it in its place. That's why the whole collage bin of crap makes me nervous, because that stuff wouldn't have a place. It would just be in this bin of crap, and then I have to look through it. And that, my brain kind of goes, no, 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 no. This stuff belongs in the trash. Because I'm really not, and we'll wait till Wednesday. That's what I'm waiting for, Dee Dee. I'm counting on you to fix me, because I need fixing. I'm broken. I'm all messed up in the head. But honestly, when I watch Dee Dee, she makes it look easy. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. She makes it look so easy that you just slap this stuff down and then you smush paint on it, and all of a sudden you've got a different world. It wouldn't be like that for me. I'm promising you. It would look like a bunch of crap smacked down on the paper with paint smeared on it. So, but she does make it look incredibly easy. But don't ever forget, and I try and remind people of this, Dee Dee has done her time. She has spent years and years and years on this craft of hers. So, you know, when she probably wasn't that great either. But because she's done it for so many years, she's gotten to be the master. And thank God she is willing to do that for the rest of us so we can see what we'll probably never be able to do. So there you go. All right. Read and chat. So Wednesday, Dee Dee is going to transform me, and I can hardly wait, honestly. So I thought I'll show the that we've done so far so that I can get them filed. See, I did leave this little pile here to show you guys. Let me get it under the camera here so you guys can see them, and I'll tell you the names. This one is called D'Ache Anning, I guess. I had never done a lot of these. I tried to pick patterns that I had not done before, so that these are all new to me. I've not drawn them before, and you can see a little boo-boo right there, but don't look at it because it's ugly. And this one is called Rainbow. I love this one. I think this one is way cool, and hopefully it's on mine. It's fuzzy. This one's called Samu. This one was kind of hard for me. I'm facing exactly right. But you know that Escher design of the ducks flying all one way and then the ducks flying the other way? It's kind of an optical illusion. That's what kind of inspired this one. I read the article about the artist who designs them. And that's another thing about patterns.com. There's tons and tons of different artists who get inspired and come up with these patterns. A lot of them are based on windows they saw on vacation. Who knows? Pattern in a fence. Well, you don't have to work this small. You can work bigger. You could just put these in a book or something. Hi, Norma. So this one is called Narwhal, which is a good name, right? Looks like a narwhal. This one is And. I don't know why. A-N-D, And. And Amy was here, and I decided how to shade it, and she said she liked the shading where it looks like it's hanging in the air and projecting away from it. So this one is I Can Too. I don't know why they picked the names. It's usually in the article. Hi, Dor. So I like this one. This one was a new one to me. I really like this one. This one was Hamail, A-I-L. Now that's this design. This other one is called something else. I don't know, but a lot of times I use it to fill in just cooking. This one, these I have not put on Instagram yet. So this one is called Shard. I don't know why. Kind of plain, but you get what you get. This one, I think is actually, I think I planned it this way, is called Edipur. I don't know why. But these are all really simple, you guys. They're so simple to draw. You can draw them. And then I think the trick is shading them so that they're dimensional. And then this one is called Conch. And it looks like a conch shell. And then I put Knightsbridge behind it. So, yeah. So if you just combine them up, you can make them look really, really. So now I get to file those. I'm so happy. And today I thought I would quickly, before we start anything, I would draw O float. I always ask your advice, Amy. So this is my little tiny piece of, I'll pull you guys down, because I'm going to draw one Zentangle, and then we're going to start playing with the Neocolor IIs. All right. O float. I've never, ever drawn it. So you're going to see the first time how I do this. Sometimes I start with a pencil and then go back and ink it, depending on the design. If it's something simple like Knightsbridge or something like that, I just draw it with ink. I don't do the pencil first. This one, I'm going to go ahead with ink. If it doesn't turn out, it's only paper. I can throw it away, right? But it looks pretty simple. And I'm just going to use, that one all right. These are my old pens that I'm trying to figure out if it's time to throw them away. All right, and I don't have chat right now, so let me check it over the thumbs. Thanks, Flo. Never mind, Dork. All right, let's go draw O float. So this one is kind of like a, you could use it as a frame or as a fill-in pattern. And this, you kind of start getting a feel for, oh, that would work good as a frame for a design, or to edge something or something like this. So it starts out like this. Doesn't have to be equal lengths. You can make it equal lengths. And then on either side of the pattern, And if it doesn't look exactly like theirs, it's kind of like Dee Dee and her color books. They'll throw you in jail. You can do your own variations, and in fact, I would say that's probably do it different than they did it. Oh, I was going to do the pattern first. The step outs are. Okay. The first step out, and I'll just use the pen for this, is to draw lines. And I'm just saving a step so I don't have to go to the 6. Okay. And because I'm anal, this is called OFLOAT. So that's how my card for the book. And then, and I'm going to color those in on this one just to save another step because I can understand that. Then you have to repeat it. Your second box, right? It's even at all. It doesn't matter. If I want to go back and make them bigger, you can do that too. Okay, and they, according to their instructions, they draw a wavy line that intersects the top of the design. Time is flying, you guys. I can't believe that we're almost the middle of November. Weren't we just at Halloween, like 2 days ago? And then in between these designs on either side, they call it echoing, where you just draw around the shape that's left. Got it? Now that's starting to look real intricate. And you can do that. It's literally one stroke at a time. And then down here in these little V shape, add a little V. So that's so cool. You can do that. Back and I can rechat. There you go, Flo. Her collage this morning was epic. Okay, so here we go. Probably should have drawn them bigger, that there was more wave in that line, but it doesn't really matter. And sometimes I change the pen that I'm, where I'll use a fat nib for part of the design, and then I'll go back and use a thin one later. Just depends what the design is. And I'm not going to do this whole sheet. I'll save the to finish later. But you guys can see this because I'll shade it here in a second. And don't tell me to do that. Anybody can do this, I promise you. But even if you don't have the ink, go look at the website, because some of the people who are creating the designs and drawing them are so amazing. So amazing. And the variation of black and white, and I do like these black and white. I'll show you some color ones I did. They're just not as nice. Probably I'll do with this design is I'll go ahead and draw another tube or whatever next to it. And put these back to back so that there ends up being like a continuation of the design is my guess. But I do this usually in the evening when I'm watching TV or something, as I can't just sit and watch TV. I just can't. So this keeps my hand busy, but it's so, usually you don't even have to pay attention. There, I tried harder that time to get more wave in the line. Oops. Oh, dinner on the back of the card. No, I don't know what it was. I tell you, following Dee Dee is a tough act to follow, for real. Okay. So it just looks like squiggly lines. Haven't seen Eileen today. Hope she isn't flooded. Haven't either, but that's not gotten to be unusual, Dorothy, that I don't see Eileen that often. Oh, and my pencils and, oh, well, I'll just use this one. So where the two tubes meet, I'm going to go ahead a shadow to give it roundness, right? And normally I would finish the whole page before I did this part, you guys. I wouldn't add the shadow. But I'm just speeding the whole process up for you. And then take a tortillon, paper stump, whatever you call them. Oh, I'll put it in. Let me go back to the main page. I'll just go to the general page in it, but when you get there, you can see. What the heck? I've got Dee Dee's chat up here. Duh. I didn't use it. All right, here's the website. Hi, Carrie Ann, Zandra, Christine, anybody I missed, thanks for coming. And that right there is about how much time I spend on these. And then I mount them on a 2.5 by 3.5 inch of black paper, call it done, and put it in my book. But see how just that little bit of shading helped it look more rounded? So in my opinion, the trick is the shading. So when you're looking at the patterns, pay particular attention to how the artist that created it shaded. I forgot the little things, but yeah, that's it. And I'll later mount it on black paper and have one more design done. And we're almost halfway through the month, which is mind-boggling. And then the other thing I wanted to show was I participated in Dee Dee's zine swap. And I was lucky. I got Edwin's zine back. And Edwin is Some Big Jerk, which I'm so jealous of his name. His artwork is just awesome. It really is. I just feel so lucky to have gotten this. 2-color, like, look at the moose. I love it. So Some Big Jerk, this will be really happy here into a really, really good home. So good, so good. So I know you guys saw that over at Dee Dee's, but yeah, I just wanted to show. I got it. I'm so glad I participated. Yeah, everyone should be getting theirs. Dee Dee did get them out in the mail. And then, as you guys know, my birthday is coming up this coming Saturday, which I love my birthday. I mean, really love my birthday. And I ordered myself birthday presents, which will be here Thursday, I believe. If Amazon, oh, come on, cord. Yeah, if Amazon gets it here, they've been a little slow delivery out here on Monkey Island, let me tell you. But Kenny, you all know her from Dee Dee's. I had mentioned she was reading this, and I said, oh, and I've seen other people. Robert's daughter was reading the time I saw her, and it's been on my list of books that I wanted to read. So I mentioned his Kenny, and you're careful what you mention to Kenny, because the next thing you know, it shows up at your house, so be careful. Yeah, so Kenny was so kind enough to send me this birthday. So Kenny, thank you so much. I can hardly wait to start. Kat is saying the book is wonderful. So yeah, I'm excited to start this. I'm in the middle of one right now, but I want to finish it before I start this one. But yeah, this will be the book I read. And I was very thankful to Kenny for thinking about me and being generous enough to send it. So I think that's everything I had to show. This place is a mess. I really need to start cleaning this up. I really do. Sorry for the glare up here. Just ignore it. I'll put my coffee. Maybe my coffee will shade it. Thanks, Amy. It's my whole birthday month. So I haven't picked out the Neocolors that I want to use for these flowers. It will be a great birthday. It really is. I mean, I say that I love my birthday and make a big deal of it. It's just another day to me. I don't make a big deal over days, birthdays, anything like that. But it'll be a good day. So thank you, everybody. Next Monday, I'll show cool birthday stuff. This stuff I bought myself is, like, I bought myself new sweatshirts in extra large size. Getting ready for winter because I have are so nasty. So yeah. All right, what colors do we want to use? Color direct to paper on these, I think. You know the law about Neocolor IIs, and I told Amy about it, but it really bugs me, is I wish they had put the color name. I mean, I usually choose by color, but I wish they had put the color name on this end, because when you start tearing off the label, you lose the color name. That's a bad design. Somebody should have told them. It's a do what you want day. I know, right? Purple and pink. Well, of course you'd say that. I'm doing yellow for the centers. So I don't know how this is going to work. I've never done this. Thanks, Mitz. So let's just color it in. It's kind of like a color book. I'm going to do all the centers the same color. Because I learned from Dee Dee that if you, or maybe it was Dee Dee, maybe it was somebody else, but when you introduce a color, use it more than. So all my centers will be yellow. And I'm putting a lot of pigment here, you guys, on these Neocolor IIs. I'm not kidding you. A little bit goes a long way. I could use water brush. That's one of the nice things about Neocolor IIs is they're so perfect with a water brush. But the water brush tends to collect up the pigment a lot. So, yeah. I'm going to try it with this. I don't know. I just feel like I have more control with a paintbrush. And maybe I should bring you guys in so you can see how just amazingly my brush is dirty. I thought I washed them, but apparently I didn't. I'm going to do the next one with the water brush and see. But they just smooth out so beautifully, you can't see. I'm going to hold this up. Oh, so frustrating when it doesn't do what I want it to do. Now I want the edges of these, and I'll do it wet. I always take the pigment, if I'm going to use just a little bit, I take it off the end because I don't mess with the point here. It's probably stupid, but that's how I started doing it, and now that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to darken the edges while they're still wet so I can get a seamless edge. Cat hair, little Roxy. And I'm going to try one where I actually draw it on and see how well I can smooth it out. And this pad of paper, I can't show you the cover of it because I gave it to Amy, but I got it at, hi Devin, I showed my Zentangle book and stuff earlier, so if you get a chance, go back and look at it. Yeah, see how easy I can smooth it out, but it's hard to get a pointy line with it, just saying. And if I need to zoom in, say so. Where is all these dang cat hairs? Oh, they're probably in the Neo 2s. I'm getting cat hairs everywhere. I'll never be done with that, I guess. Either way, works really good. So for expediency's sake, yeah, I can't tell which I like better or not. I'm using the camera mic, Dee Dee. Why? A lot of times when I'm talking, I'm looking away, though. Why? What's the problem with the audio? I always use the camera mic. How to get a sheet done really quick. Use 2 colors. It's cutting out some. Let me go look. Because Amy said that the last time we streamed together that she was having it cut in and out. Let me just check real quick. Well, I'm not sure I can. Oh, hang on. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm using the C922. Let me see what my options are. You want me to try the other one? Okay, I'm just going to do it. I can always go back. Okay, let's do it for a minute or two and see. You got a Zentangle book recently. All right, what the sound is like now after I switched it over. You might have been the one that we're talking about it. Okay, Z, go have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. So I'll try and talk here until you guys can tell me about how the microphone's doing, and you might have to adjust your sound because that microphone now is going to be further away from me. That's why I always choose the microphone on the camera because it's right here at my face. It's skipping again. I wonder what that's about because I switched the microphone. Is that a StreamYard thing? I don't know. I don't know where to start diagnosing that crap. Because you can tell I'm a high-tech kind of person around here. But I'm not talking. It's still skip. Yeah. What do you want me to talk about? Oh, I forgot that book again, and I can't even remember who asked about it. About deed. And when I said I forgot the book, I'm talking about the genealogy book. I'm going to do the next one with the water book. Okay, back to the grind. Okay, Devin, have a fun afternoon. So I don't know how many of you have the Neocolor IIs. They're kind of pricey, I will say that, but so much bang for your buck that I would save up and get them. I would buy these over any other water soluble products 100 times. I mean, like that's how much I feel like you gain by getting the Neocolor IIs. And I looked this morning, Dee Dee, what set do you have? Because I looked this morning and there's an 84 set, and it is pricey. It's like 175 bucks for 84. But I don't think I got an 84 set. I think I got a 70 some set. You getting some knockoffs, Tracy? I think you should hold out and get the new twos. I really do. I have some different ones. I have some Statler ones. I have some, I think it's Derwent Aquarelle. I have some different ones. Don't do the knockoffs. You have the full, yeah. I would say just ask for it for your birthday, for Christmas, take up donations, whatever you got to do. But there is, and I've tried a lot of other product, is no other product, in my opinion. In my opinion, 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee. Well, not even a cup of coffee anymore. But I would save up and get the the Neos. I really would. No worries, Dorothy. Take care of what you got to take care of. Okay, what color do we want the flowers? The flowers I'm going to do more colorful. We'll do one purple for Amy because that's what she wants. It doesn't matter how neat you are. I mean, you really, at this point, all you're doing is getting the pigment on the paper. I'm going to bring you guys down a little bit. I could have done that with the software, but I just did it with the boom arm. I know. Too bad nobody else is there to tell me, right, Amy? I tried to bring you closer so you could see how little material I put on there, but how the pigment is just so intense. That a lot of times I end up like I wipe most of it off. And this is somewhat decent paper. And you're going to hear the leaf blower outside the window because Robert is a maniac about cleaning up these leaves. We do have a lot, I will say that. There's a lot of leaves out there. It's pretty much what Lane and Robert spend their days doing, chasing the leaves. Okay, I'm going to try. Just testing the paper to pick up. Okay, so yeah, see, this paper does not want to let up, so. And that has nothing to do with the Neocolor IIs, it has to do with the paper. How willing it is to give up the pigment after it's soaked in. And some colors do better than others. Sorry if that's loud. But you're not going to get him to stop, so the boy is on a mission. Reading chat. All right, he says it's cutting out less. Oh, yay. 84 set is 139, 140 pounds at Amazon. That doesn't sound like a too bad a price to me, Nanimo. Another thing, if you don't want to buy the sets here in the US, and I'm sure you have stores in whatever country you're in, you can buy the individual colors too. So that's one nice thing about the Neocolor IIs also, is you can buy them individually. So did I say hi, Kenny? I showed you a book, Kenny. Thank you so much. I'm excited to start it. I almost finished my other book yesterday in the drive-in so that I could start it hopefully by Wednesday this week. Depends on how late I can stay up reading. But I appreciate it, Kenny. You're so kind. You're so generous. Pretty sure there's a special place in heaven waiting for you. Because Kenny doesn't do that just for me. It's for everyone. You requested a cancellation? Okay. Yeah. Tracy, treat yourself. You're worth it. And I'm honestly, you guys, that is not generally my approach to products. I have no problem using a Crayola colored pencil, or one of my very favorite products that I have is the Crayola Super Tip markers that Dee Dee shows a lot. When I'm sitting here working on myself, man, those Crayola Super Tips come out in a heartbeat. I don't know that you have to buy the best of everything every time, but when it comes to the Neocolors, yeah, just they're so far superior. Just buy them. You will kiss yourself later. Hey, hi, Joycey, Whirligig. Hi, Julie. Thanks for coming, you guys. This poor water brush. I let my granddaughter play with it, and after that, it had to get a haircut. It's still my favorite, though. Sometimes you find a brush where the water flow is just perfect. This is that brush. Like, the water regulator works so well, and I've tried others. I've even tried this brand, and they don't work as well as this one. So I do the background in this one black, but those little berry things, I'll never get painted around those. Dee Dee would. She'd have the patience to sit and do that. Not me. So I have to be kind of tidy here. If I was going to do that, I would just paint like a maniac. Another thing you can do with Neocolor IIs, let me get out a sheet of paper here. I have one here somewhere. I'll just use the back of this. One awesome thing, if you have a big area with Neocolor IIs, and I do this a lot in the beach. And with watercolor, it's a hard thing to do. And this is one of the few products I know that you can do this and make it just as simple as pie. Is take your Neocolor, spread your pigment out, and this would be for a big area, obviously, like Dee Dee does the acrylic backgrounds, but you want a big area in that blue. Color it onto your paper, take your baby wipe, and this is highly textured paper, but look at, you can do like a big area. There is no other product that I'm aware of. If you know of a product, but where you can get a big area with some really nice pigment. Even the, what are the ones I don't like? The gelatos. I don't even think the gelatos do that well. Let me grab one real quick and we'll see. I'm not a fan of gelatos, but they are a water-soluble product. Here's a blue, and gelatos. And I'll grab a portfolio too, just for testing. This is a rabbit trail. Okay, these are the gelatos. They've been around forever. I am not a huge fan, but we'll just do the same thing with that. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to the baby wipe because it feels a little bit dry. And I don't know how many of you have the need to do this, but in the Beast, I do it a lot. Okay, so, and they may not be the exact same color, but look at the difference in the coverage. The pigment on the Neocolor IIs is just superior. Sorry. And then this is a portfolio. I don't think these are water soluble. I grabbed one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, they're garbage. Save your money and buy yourself the really good ones, okay? That's my free advice. Well, that got me going, huh? I'll put those away later. And in my opinion, the gelatos aren't that cheap either. What's going on with Felina's YouTube? Hi, Ender. I was using the Caran D'Ache Neocolor IIs to get a large area. Because they're water soluble. I just spread them with a baby wipe. You could use a large paintbrush as well, but I just smoothness of how the baby wipe spreads the pigment. You having trouble with the internet, Galena? Hi, Chatty Lane. Gave away all the water soluble things other than your Neos. Yep, Carrie Ann. You were gonna buy the gelatos? Well, my feeling is just get the Neos. Just get them. I should go to work for them, right? I really should. All right. I don't know different color flowers we should have on here, but it just makes it so simple. You know, this is like a project you could do while you're watching a movie or something. Like you're not having to pay a whole hell of a lot of attention here. It's like a coloring book using water soluble products is in fact all you're doing here. And I could go back in and add more detail. In fact, I might with color pencil later. And I didn't even have to put that much pigment down, honestly. Can you use Neo on top of? Oh yeah, absolutely. Hi Starla. Yes, you can. Autos work better over gesso. Yeah, and I have gesso, but I honestly have not had my gesso out, and I can't even tell you when the last time I used gesso. I do want to do here sometime really soon. I do want to do an experiment with watercolor ground. I bought it. I've never really used it. So I do want to do that. Take something that is not absorbent and use the watercolor ground on it just to get a feel. Because I bought it, I just haven't used it. I haven't had the need. Because I've been just watercoloring to hack Eileen off. Not really. That's why I do it. I just say stuff like that. But see how it dissolves and it moves so nice. And it's easy because, and this is why I use it in the Beast a lot. I don't like the mess out on my couch. So with the Neocolor IIs and a water brush, you can on the couch with no water. You do need a napkin or something to wipe off your brush, but otherwise, yeah, you can art with zero mess, which is pretty much what I'm about. And come up with cool stuff, right? She broke them into little. Yeah, you can do that. I showed earlier. I don't know where I put it now, but yeah, here it is. You can use little graters or get a garlic grate, and you can grate a little bit of this off so that you can turn it into pans too. And Inktense and Neocolor IIs, while they behave the same in the respect that they're water soluble, Inktense are ink. So when they dry, if you get them fully dissolved, they should not move. These are, in fact, watercolors, and they act just like colors. So while they're comparable in some of their properties, they're not comparable at the end of the day. And I have the blocks, and I love the Inktense blocks for certain things, but the Inktense blocks first, I don't know that I've really used them much since I got the Neocolors. Because these are just, I don't know, they just spread so much nicer. I don't know. So I do sound like a commercial for Neo 2s. But you can use them in so many ways. You can use them in your color books. You can paint an entire picture with them. I never have yet, and I'm kind of playing with them today because I've never actually done an entire painting with them. I always want stuff. Yeah, Jane, that would be the best approach. If you're going to use the Inktense, use it for a base and continue to paint on top of it, and they're not going to move. But just like Magicals, you've got to get them completely dissolved for that to be the case. Yeah, nice when you can have both of them, but honestly, if I could only choose one, I would choose the Neos. Just nonetheless. All right, I'm going to stick with the rule of threes. I almost did a November folder this month, like Kathy Arbor's folder project. I almost did that today because I do want one number. So maybe that I'll save that for next Monday. This embossed paper is kind of nice because the foil one repels the water. It keeps your edges nice and clean, right? What paper am I using? This is out of that Prima pack that I got at Hobby Lobby. So I don't know what paper this is. It's not the best in the world, but it's certainly the worst either. It would be equivalent of say a Strathmore or a Canson color pad. I would say it's comparable to either one of those. It doesn't lift easy for sure. But it's certainly taking the water and not pilling, which is pretty much the goal. That's the problem you're going to have with um, most of the paper in a watercolor book, for example, or in a color book, because it's not designed to handle a lot of moisture. The first thing that'll start happening is it starts pilling. This will only start pilling if I work it. Yeah. So if you're familiar with the Canson or the Strathmore, I would say the Canson. I like the Strathmore watercolor paper a little bit better than the Canson, but it's so affordable that, shoot, you can't whine about it compared to, say, Arches. And that's just, to me, um, not, you can't compare them. They're just not even comparable. But this is taking the water really, 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 really nice. And those pads at Walmart, they're over by the Tim Holtz stuff on the bottom shine. Um, they're really reasonably priced for just something to play with. And that's the only reason I bought it. It was just, I thought, oh, that'll be fun to play with when I don't want to have to draw my own sketch and stuff. And plus, you get the foil. And everybody knows I'm foil challenged. Another thing, if you're not familiar with working with water-soluble products, they always dry lighter than they look as you're painting. You're in the UK. Actually, you can get these in the UK too. And the reason I know that is because I saw Lena working with one of them on her stream that she had ordered. So if I was going to search, I think she said she got it on Amazon UK. I hope I'm not lying, but I did see her use this foil embossed paper, and I'm sure she did not get it shipped from the US. So it's available. Just look Prima. There, it is a Prima product. And I don't know if you can see the color variation, Walmart or Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. I am no longer a customer of Walmart. You're searching for the perfect paper. Kenny, for watercolor, I would say um, Arches. And if you have any, I'll be happy to send you samples of a few pennies so you can test them without having to buy them. I would be really happy to do that for you. But of all the papers I've used so far, I like the Arches best. It just, it's designed to take water. So, and in that respect, you kind of get what you pay for. It is pricey, um, but not terribly. But I figure if you're paying a fee for a piece of paper, that's pricey. And Arches can be $1 or more a sheet. Handmade caddy paper, KHADI, um, is also um, really nice. Hang on, Amy. Amy's giving you stuff. Time I can do it, Amy, I'll just make you a mod and then you can put in all that crap and boot people out and do whatever. I do a lot of different papers because I watched a lot of watercolor artists when I started, and everybody always said, "Oh, Arches, use the 100% cotton fiber." That's the thing, is 100% cotton fiber is going to be your best watercolor paper. The Canson and them have cellulose in them. And they take water, but they have a tendency to want to pill. It means that the paper is breaking apart. The cotton fiber paper won't break apart with fluid. So I'm trying to pick a color here. What color do we want? Do we want blue flowers? Turquoise flowers. My allergies have been really, really horrible here lately, so trying to decide. You don't have to call flowers. Okay, Kenny, I need to, it didn't matter. Yeah, I can't do it. Dee Dee, so I'm gonna have to do it when I'm offline. All right, we might do blue flowers. I like blue, purple, and green together. That's the wrong color. Just looking, be patient. Patience is a virtue. All right, that's gonna be my blue. I'll send it. It's just easier if you are, Amy. And if you're gonna be here, CB is not here today. So poor Dee Dee's in charge. I don't get the trolls that Dee Dee, yeah, that's, we had a few this morning, Dee Dee. None of them really horrible. Just, I just don't understand a troll's life. Or Kenny, let's make this easy. Tell me whether or not Dee Dee can give me your address and then I can have it in about a minute. And I'll just send you some so you can get an idea. I actually did order myself a new pad of arches for my birthday. Because I was going to get it the last time I was at Hobby Lobby, and apparently Hobby Lobby no longer carries arches, which bummed me out because I thought, oh, I can just go in there and use my 20% off coupon. Well, you can't anymore. I'm not sure I like those colors together. You guys probably can't see. Color on stream sucks horribly. But... Okay, then Kenny, I'll get your address. Dee Dee, did you see that Kenny gave permission for you to give me her address? We never give out addresses, not even Dee Dee and I give each other address. So, got to get permission. Okay. What I'm using, well, I ended up using cobalt blue because I didn't like the turquoise. But I'm using, as color, I'm using malachite green because it's a very bluish green. I'm all about simple. Whatever's simple, I'm on it. Amy told me this morning that we have Instacart or something that has started delivering on the island. I am all about delivery on the island for anything. We don't get any delivery out here. No, except hunky UPS guy. Hi, G Brody. G Brody and I are birthday twins, so say happy birthday to G. because her birthday is Saturday as well, and Prince Charles as well. So that makes me royalty almost. I share a birthday with Prince Charles and G. Brody. You see how I'm just taking it off the back here so I can get little tiny amounts right where I want it to, which is really awesome. So happy birthday to you, G. Probably a good thing. The paper won't let you pick it up so easily. You went to an estate sale of a watercolor and paid $5 for a roll of arches from France. Are you kidding? Ah, Christine, you want me to tell you how to cut it? And wallpaper. So I dealt with large rolls of paper a lot. Do you have thank you, Chatty Lane. Do you have a big, large cutting mat, like for quilting or something like that? I used a fabric mat to cut on. Get a T-square and an X-Acto or a box knife. And you can trust that the edge of the arches is straight, and on 140 pound, it should be thick enough that you can um, use it as your straight edge and use your T-square to cut it. And then just put it underneath some books or something to get it flat. That is a huge score. I have to say I'm slightly jelly about that. That is a huge score. Damn, I'd love that. I'd be painting everything on arches. I'd never use paper again. But if Denise ever comes to visit, she's getting the crap paper with the crap pencils. If you guys were at Denise, you heard that story this morning. Denise whining about using the crap pencils. If she had any idea that when I was in college, I took an art class, and that was my first set of barrel Prismacolors. And I thought I had, honest to God, died and gone to heaven. I'm not kidding. I loved those barrel pencils so much. It was just like, because before that, I had really used all the pencils. And back then, we didn't have any selection. I mean, you used Crayola, or at least I didn't know of any artist grade pencils. So to get those barrel Prismacolors, oh my gosh, I honestly thought I had died and gone to heaven. And to this day, Amy will tell you she had a set she brought up last week to show me, and they were nice pencils. To this day, Prismacolor, even with all of their quality control issues and everything else, they're still my absolute favorite. I like them better than, I shouldn't say this because I'm going to make enemies now, but that's okay. You're going to like me anyway because I'm a nice person. But I like them better than the, and yeah, I hate to say this out loud because this is where Amy, I think, almost like me. I like them better than the luminance. I really, really do. And I know it's because I've used them for so years. I know how they behave. I know the colors inside and out. I don't have to struggle to figure out, oh, is that the equivalent of? I just know it. And I know Dee Dee probably is in that same boat. You know, you can try all the different colored pencils, oil base, wax base, blah, blah, blah. I will always go back to the Prismacolors as my number one favorite pencil, no matter what. I'm just using this to play it to see the different behaviors. And I have the polys and I have a set of luminance. And I still, if I'm going to need a pencil, I go right back to the craft ones, which would be the Prisma. They're not crap, they're really good. See, she just put it in there. The Shripper Barbin aren't trying to be Prismas, but the luminance. Yeah, the luminance are awesome, I will agree. But I'm still going to go back to my crap Prismas every time, every time. But I remember, because in college, you guys, I was the most poor person ever. I mean, I can't even begin to describe how poor one person can be. I was that in college. Like ramen noodles and mac and cheese, because you could get the Kraft mac and cheese back then for like a quarter for a box, and you could eat it for like 2 weeks. That was my diet. But to bring home those Barrow Prismacolors, that was a huge sacrifice for me. But I wanted to do well in my art class. I don't know if I did. I wanted to. And surprisingly, that was the one and only art class I took because we were doing something in that class. It was a live model. I don't think it was a nude. And I'm really drawn that much, okay? So it was a huge experiment for me, I think, taking that art class. And the teacher in that class, honest to God, and we were working on great big easels, right? And that came over and took my pencil out of my hand and drew on my paper. And that's when I decided I'm never taking more art. Like, you point out what I'm doing wrong, but don't take my pencil out of my house, out of my hand and do it for me. Me and the art teacher didn't get along after that. I think art is a really, really hard thing to teach. And Dee Dee's really good at it. Even though she says she's not a teacher, Dee Dee is really good at it. I can see now where I want more shading or more color now that it's dried. And that person didn't lose the hand. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt like. But that was where I learned about gel transfer. I remember doing gel transfers in that class, and I really, really loved the gel transfers. That was so much fun. And now you get on the internet, and everybody, this is the first time they've ever seen gel transfers. I was in college in 1980. So There's nothing new under the sun, believe me. Ooh, that's some dark, dark pigment. I didn't even get it that dark. Yeah, isn't she, Kenny? She says I'm not a teacher, but honestly, Dee Dee is a really, really good teacher. She just doesn't recognize. And I think it's maybe because she's not trying, she's just doing it and showing you. And I guess we've seen it enough times where we just absorb it, osmosis or something. I'll know Wednesday when she starts this, trying to teach me collage. Woohoo! Or how to keep the stuff. That's going to take some doing. I know this brush sounds pretty dry, and I am using it really dry right now. She's got her work cut out for her for sure. I hope I'm not putting my head underneath that. See, I have to go back and add more because it does dry so much lighter than it appears when you put it down. So. Okay, and I've worked that paper up there next to that center enough now that I just got a little bit of pilling. And this brush isn't helping because it's rubbing with a Brillo pad. I might still try and do the back of this one. Tracy, there I have to agree with you. The collage is awesome and I think it looks like a ton of fun. And I wouldn't mind trying it. My problem is keeping all the stuff. Having all that stuff in environment. That's where I kind of lose my oh, I wonder why that's doing that. It's like not wanting to come up. Um, it's the stuff. If there's not an easy way to organize it, to store and then to turn around and reuse and find, yeah, I will be an utter failure. But she's got this solved, so not after Wednesday. She's gonna fix me come Wednesday. But that's the thing about collage. I love it when does it. I'm always every single time, and believe me, I've been watching for 8 years or more. I'm in awe every time. Like how she makes the waterfall just right and the waves crash and all that. I'm in awe, absolute awe, and I would love to be able to do it, but I'd have to have all that stuff, and it's all that stuff that freaks me out. Now, I could do ransom notes because I could cut out letters and save them, because I could put them in envelopes and do it alphabetically so that when I wanted like an A, B, C, whatever, that I could go find that piece that I cut out of the, right? So you see the difference? For a big area, I think this paintbrush is preferable for sure. Smooth out nicer, I think. If you're breaking my stuff, I know where you live, Robert.
What?
I said, if you're breaking my stuff, I know where you live.
Okay.
Okay. Dee Dee starts at 7:30 our time, Amy, and she usually does like a 30-minute little chat, and then usually by 8 she's starting the project. That's why I try and get up early on Monday and Wednesday, but I don't always succeed. Especially with daylight savings. Oh my God, this time change has just killed me this time. I don't know why. I can't get out of bed. You want to get there in time for the whistles? Get up early. Just have Lane get you up. He gets up in the middle of the dang night. Has my coffee here before I've barely opened my eyes. In fact, the other day I wasn't even out of bed yet. Yeah, the pilling is this brush. I do like the turquoise flowers though. Thanks, G. Brody. This one. It when it dries, it just changes so much. So if you want it dark, you gotta go back. All right, what's our third color? Normally with purple and blue, I like green, but I'm gonna do this with little bit there are green. So do I do pink for Amy? I'll leave those out. Know what colors I use. Yellow next. Yellow actually would be the best color, Joycey. It really would. All right, yellow it is. Which then means I'm going to probably change the center of the flowers. I'll probably change them to a red. Dee Dee, I must message you the other night. I think Robert had been out blowing. And I was sitting on the couch. I sneezed. I counted like 23 times in a row. Nothing but sneeze. Has anybody ever sneezed 23 times in a row? My mother used to do that, and I used to make fun of her. Now I'm doing it. Ugh. All right, I'm just using canary yellow, and I'll use the yellow orange for. dark. Now, all out. We're going to move out fast here. The blower, I guess stuff in the air. I'm not kidding, but I thought, you know, like, have you heard of people who hiccup like for days? That's what I felt like when I was sneezing. I thought, do you think I could just never stop doing this? Stop snorting? I don't know. I think it was just junk in the air from all the leaves and all the crap outside. I'm not kidding, 23 times. Just endless, endless sneezing. I'm going to try something different this time too. I've got one of those already wet, obviously, now. Shouldn't be doing nice brush. I'm going to go ahead and put the dark color on where I want it. Hopefully it off that foil pretty good. Bye, Jane. Go have a good afternoon. If you sneeze more than once, it could be an allergy. Oh, no doubt. Dar, I live with this face all the time, and it's worse. I know I'm allergic to um, milk. Nights when I have shaky milks, which I'm not giving up, so don't even think that I'm giving them up. Yeah, my head is just horrible. One nice thing though, it just generates snot. Normally it doesn't give me a headache or, you know, I don't have any other ill effects. It's just massive amounts of snot in my head. And that's why I sniff on stream a lot, is because like Robert's been out blowing this morning. There'll be a dust all over the house, all over everything for however long. I like it better when I do it in layers. Yeah. Live and learn. Easier to control if you do a color at a time. Just had to see. Suffering too much, not sure my internet connection. Yeah, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. That's what it would have been like. Yeah, I think it's, at least it's easier for me. Now maybe somebody else could do this and get nice, smooth. I think it's easier for me to do it separately. Okay, I want like a real red, so I use vermilion. Bye, Dar. Go have a fun afternoon. You know what? I need to write myself a note real quick. Something just that I don't want to forget. And got it. That's bad, right? When you have to write all your stuff down, like you know you won't remember it if you don't write it. I hate that. Someday I have a note on my mirror that tells me the order to do things so I can go to bed. Just another fun of getting older, I guess. Amy, you'll like this paper because it dries quickly. Like that's when I was testing where it was still wet, it dries really quick. So I like that about it. Next time I go back, I may get the pad of faces, Dee Dee, and start practicing faces a little bit. I've not done a face in watercolor. And I have to say, I'm a little intimidated by it. You should own stock and post-it notes, you and me both. Played with it, then. I'm assuming you have, that you played with this pad of paper. But yeah, that's one thing. Is it and that's cellulose. Um, that makes it dry quickly. For cotton will take the water and spread it out more evenly. The cellulose won't. It just sucks it right, but then it dries really nice and quick too. If that's for Amy, that's a good thing because she's impatient. Maybe worse than me, if that's possible. All right, looking on the screen here, seeing what needs to be done. I enjoy doing this. I have to say this is not near as satisfying as drawing my own sketch and painting it. I wasn't using a lot of water. Yeah, well, I'm using enough that the paper is buckling, but I know one thing I will do when I'm done here is if you want something completely flat, I'll spray it with like a mini mist or something and get a layer of water. Um, put a paper tin and put something heavy on top of it, and you can usually eliminate the buckle in the paper. So let's do the leaves. We need a really pretty green for the leaves. And I don't usually have to mix um, with the Neocolors. They have, if you get the big set, you've got a really, really good selection of colors, so you don't want to mix. Ooh, that's pretty bright. I'm not sure I like that. And then after I say that, I can't find a green that I like. I think I just found my green. I'm going to go with gold or more olive. I got a little piece of paper over here on the edge that yeah, I don't like that one. All right, we'll just go with a little bit more grass green, maybe. I'm really seriously thinking I'm going to do the background black. Or, oh, that reminds me, Dee Dee, that Payne's gray, that Lucas Payne gray that you showed this morning. Oh, that is some sweet, sweet paint. And I noticed Lucas also makes the Payne's gray in a watercolor. I have a whipped Payne's gray, but that was a nice, nice paint. I'm totally get why you wanted to buy that. I did end up going out and looking at Lucas products. Not familiar with them, never had them. But I did notice when I went out looking that they did have some watercolor products. So it's still open on my computer, so I can go back and look again. You know what? These are small areas. I'm going to use this. I just went outside the line, so now I'm going to have to paint the background. See, in a small area, how you can just move so beautifully, so quickly. It's just makes nice life so nice. Bye, Kathy. You're lagging. I saw a truck out here this morning too, Amy, so I wonder what that was about. I haven't been having any internet issues, but it made me wonder. I'm just adding some lime green on top, so there might be a little color variation. Who knows? We'll see. All right, now I'm gonna, just because I want to try it, I'm gonna, yeah, I need the bigger brush. I'm gonna introduce some of the purple, some of the other colors in with, like the purple into the blue, I'm doing it here on the edge. If I don't like it, I'll just cut that part off. Let that dry before we do any more. That's another thing with the Neo 2s. If you want just a little bit, color it off onto a non-absorbent surface, and you can turn it into a pan color. and use it more like a pan. And I'm doing this really subtle. I don't know how much you guys can see. And I started with the purple because I knew if it was going to work, it would work with those two colors. We'll see how we like that. Thanks, Kenny. Keep myself entertained here the last, I don't know, I've been watching it for a few weeks now. I started rewatching Grey's Anatomy. Any Centennial, which I got to give that to you too, Amy. And I was just sitting here thinking, I think I'll do that again this evening. And all I can say is thank God for streaming channels, you know? Yeah, the purple with the blue. Yeah, I think I'll introduce more of that. There's no coffee left in that either. Now it's just water, melted ice. I still like it. Now I could just sit and think like this the rest of the afternoon. Now I'm just going to try some wet on wet. I'll go ahead and get some of this wet again and introduce the purple just to see how this paper is going to. I know how it would work on arches. It would work awesome, but I'm not sure on this paper. So we'll do a little bit. you're going to do wet on wet on this paper, you got to work fast. I mean, that's literally how fast it dries. You've got to work fast. I know I get quiet. I ran out of crap to talk about. But you guys can always ask questions. I'll answer even if I'm going to lie about it. I'm put some chapstick on. All right. These are not as colorful on the camera as they are in real life. That's a weird thing about these cameras. Really weird thing. My lips are so sore. Probably from being outdoors in the wind yesterday. When we went down to my son's. They live on a farm. And it was so windy out. Oh, I mean, it was a beautiful day, but it was windy. Like, really windy. But it was nice and warm. I don't know if it just took all the moisture out or what. But my lips are sore. Maybe it's just all that smooching with Amy. I am. I am brutally honest to say that. Even if it's painful, I'm gonna tell you the truth, even though you don't want to hear it. I try not to be mean, but sometimes. See, all that dark purple just almost disappeared. That's really weird. So we're gonna add some dark back in because these should be really dry by now. Really flattened out. That's probably the nature of this paper as well. Because you guys saw me put that dark purple on here, and it absolutely disappeared. And here's the difference in the two purples. Like, it's not like they're even close, right? We'll see if it disappears again. If it disappears again, I'm not putting it back in. The blue should show up, however. And that's one thing I recommend. I don't know if Dee Dee does it, but if you're working on a project like this, I leave all the colors out on the table so I don't have to go back and remember blue I used, which turquoise, I try and leave it out so yeah, I don't goof up and add the wrong color. way blue.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
Let's
An
see
idiot
what
is
idiot it
attempting to
is,
reach
and
you
if
on
we
your
want to
cellular
talk to him.
device.
Do you think it's if it's a sales
An
call?
idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
Hello? Ah, stupid car warranty. Why would they sell in a timeshare? If you're selling a timeshare, please call. You're the people I like to jack with. There must be a lot of money in car warranties. Do you guys get those calls a lot? But I always got to answer just to see. Get ready for Pelican. I think I heard a golf cart pull up out front. So I know what's coming next. Yeah, I like the variegated flowers. Lane is setting your house. Yeah, I just heard it in, Amy. Yeah, I do too, Joan. I make them earn all that money. Okay, that subtle little purple has kind of gone away. You think you're sneaking up on me there, Pelican boy. The truth of the matter is, I can hear you. I can smell you coming from a block away.
Not even right.
Did you bring me money?
Now,
Oh, they misdelivered? Damn it.
Pelican.
I knew you were coming. I knew it. All right, looking down here. You get the same call every day. Well, next time I have call blocker on my phone. I was so fed up with such calls. Um, I never wait that long, Kenny. I just want to talk to a real person. That's all. Like I want to answer the phone and for them to be a real live person. So I can make up some scenario where they're going to save my life or they're going to ruin my life, whichever the case may be. Because I don't have near enough fun in my life, right? I was waiting for him to say something entirely different. Yeah, me too, Amy, and I've heard him say it a few times. It's just like, oh God, I hope he doesn't do that someday in real life. Okay, you guys just saw me do something that, unless you're me, you don't understand. Like that mess on the table was starting to get me just a little nervous. I had to clean it up, and now I'm going back and doing the same thing. That's just part of the weirdness. No, I just figure there's got to be a ton of money in that car warranty stuff because they don't give up. And not only do I get the phone calls, I get stuff in the mail. I mean, every day, postcard. And the other people who are making a ton of money are the hearing aid people. Oh my God, they are relentless. And we already have a gazillion-dollar hearing aids that get worn sporadically. So, yeah, this paper is really weird because I am putting down a fair amount of pigment and it's sucking it up and moving it. So, yeah, I guess just play with it and learn because I put that purple down I don't know how many times now because I wanted it a little bit dark, right? What Jen say? They don't give up vehicles over 2,000. Yeah, exactly. All right, finish putting blue on this one. I'm trying to think if I background black. What do you guys think? I'll ask for audience input. Hi, Kimberly, thank you. You want the background pink? No, no pink, no pink. And I'm not even, it's not like I even hate pink, but I don't think I like pink. I'm thinking about black acrylic, is what I'm thinking. Well, we can do like we did with blue. The only thing is painting around those is going to be a little testy. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, seeing as how, oh, the acrylic paints, yeah. I've got them all. Even the ones you had, Amy, I had duplicates or I could have worked around it anyway. Bad leg is suddenly cold. Keep an eye on that. Excuse me. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm probably going to end up cutting this up and turning it into, postcards or something anyway. It's not like I'm going to save this. As it is. So, what the heck? Let's get out. Okay, Kenny. I'll get your address from Dee Dee and send you some different watercolor papers to try. I'm gonna get out the black and see if I like it. This sounds really watery. Don't use your water brush with acrylic paints. Don't use your watercolor brushes with acrylic paints. Put them away. The crappiest brush you've got. I don't even keep the brushes, my watercolor brushes with my acrylic brushes. They're two totally separate containers. And because I do acrylic so infrequently, keep them under the counter. Okay, I want probably, these are all so nasty. I want kind of like a slant brush. Here's one. I'll just get one out. Because the cool thing is, you can walk into Hobby Lobby and buy a new one. It's not like you have to save them, right? I need to go through that pile of junk. That's going to do, Amy. Yeah, I'll just paint right over them. That fussy part, I'll paint right over them and then come back in and put them back in later. Either with a gold pen or white pen, something. But yeah, I'm going to paint right over them. I'm not doing that fussy stuff. I'm just not. Amy is very funny. You don't want to make her mad. Like I thought I was a nutcase when I was mad. Don't piss Amy off. Just saying. Now you guys have watched Dee Dee paint black backgrounds a gazillion times. I am not Dee Dee, okay? Just saying. I'll probably go up somewhat close to that foil, but I won't go right up to it, and I'll come back in and fill that in with probably a black pen or something. Yeah, because I'm not Dee Dee. I don't pretend to be Dee Dee. I would like to be Dee Dee. I want to be Dee Dee when I grow up. But yeah, you're not going to see the finesse that you see over there. Just saying. Like she would go ahead and paint in that area in there. I am not even attempting that. Could be painful watching me do this and that. Just saying. I'm not really a painterly person. I won't do the whole thing, you guys. I'll do a section of it, and then I'll do this behind the scenes. I won't agonize you with this crap. If I was fast, efficient like Dee Dee, it wouldn't bother me, but I'm slow and awkward, and that's just painful. I'm gonna like the green She is, Tracy. You're an angel. Oh my God. Let's get Lane back in here. You do have angel tendencies for sure. This one might have been easy Sharpie pen. The problem with doing it with a pen after you've done the acrylic paint is the matte finish of the paint. You'll be able to see where the two meet is what I'm afraid. We'll try. We'll do our best. I do have a real fine line. What was it? It's a rare product with acrylic in it. The Dilutions paint pens. It would work awesome. I'll try that. But they might have a little bit of a sheen, and I am using absolutely matte black. No sheen at all. Yeah, I just got it on the gold. Oh well. I can make little corrections here and there. I don't want to do a lot of them though, that's for sure. I am going to like this black though, right? Leave some white areas and doing them. That would be interesting, Joycey. But I know me, and chances are when I'm done with this, I will cut it up, use it for a postcard, or a note card or something, and be done with it. I just know me, Joycey. I won't come back to it. And I tried to pick a size of paintbrush where it wouldn't take all day. Yeah, I'd black. I could add white dots or whatever into the black for sure too. Just get out another acrylic paint pen, or whatever. I could go ahead and still do stuff in the background or halo the flowers. I could do that if I was so inclined. We'll see if I'm inclined. All right, I'm going to paint over one of these. Now these are embossed. The gold foil, meaning it's going to leave an indent in the paper. So I'll think I'll still be able to see it. Yeah, I'll still be able to see it just fine. So I can put it back if I want. Bye-bye little doodad there. There's just something nice about a black background, for sure. Oh, look at that. That's going to be hard to get rid of. The black does wipe right
right off of the gold though, so I guess I'm not going to go around and clean up all those edges. I know me, I'm not going to do that. You got to know yourself. And I know there's certain things I'm just not going to do, so. Go in and color them in real quick. And I'm going to stop here in a minute and try that just to see, so we can see part of it. Nicely done, because you don't have to. Yeah, and I'm not going to get away with not putting those little things back in because they're very apparent when you paint over them. I'm just going to go ahead and do the big section in here to use up some of that paint. And then I'll go back and do some of the small areas so you can see part of it finished. And this is just cheap acrylic paint. The Cracker Barrel or whatever, not Cracker Barrel, Apple Barrel. You can get at Walmart or whatever, if you shop at Walmart still. I do not. Dang it. Look at how nice that wipes off the gold though. So that's cool. And I just put my hand down there and eliminate all the down there. Sweet. I'm a mess. A mess. The gold really, really does repel even the acrylic paint. Out of here. Okay, Dee Dee, have a good afternoon. I'll be yakking at you later. I'm going to go ahead and do the close-up on some of these. I'm going to try some different stuff and see what I like. I'll try that Dilutions paint pen. I don't use them very much. And see how that's going to work. If not, I might have to get something with a finer. But let's give it a go and see what we got. These are the Dilutions. And they are the only true fine tip acrylic paint pen that I've found that work worth a darn. So let's see if it's working first, right? That's always the best thing to do. All right, it's starting to flow. The only reason I won't probably use this is if it's got a sheen to it. If it's got a sheen to the finish, it won't look good next to that map. And I'll try it here in the corner. And if I can't see where one ends and the other begins, I'll be fine with it. But if I can tell, then yeah, I won't be using it. Now it's not wanting to flow. This will be a good test. Leave it to me to put my hand right in the wet paint. If there's any wet paint around, my hand will find it, I promise you. I'm famous. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I think it's gonna have a sheen, so that's not a reasonable option, I don't think. Hi, Barbara. As I go ahead some more. The only other thing I could do to maintain the finish is get out a dip pen. I'm a little weird about putting my dip pens, using it with acrylic, because you want your inks to flow on your dip pens. But yeah, I like. I can't tell yet. I could get a real tiny, tiny brush out, but doesn't that sound like just for words? It does to me. And if it was something that I had spent, I'm going to try one, Amy, and see if the finish is going to match. I've got a fine tip Sharpie here somewhere, I'm almost certain. What is this one? For this area. You know what? That's probably going to be my best option, frankly. Because it's a nice matte finish. Easy. Oh, look at, put your hand in paint. Ugh. All right, I just need to get out that nice Sharpie wherever it is. I have an extra one, I'm pretty sure. If I can't find it. How do I lose stuff? I honest to God do not know how I. Oh, here's another paint pen that I forgot I had. Now that is Indie ink. Oh, that's a good match. But the Sharpie should work. All right, I'll just get a new one out. Oh, there it is. I didn't lose it here. Yeah, this is going to be the easiest to control, and I think it's going to match the best. So I think that's the ticket. Thanks, Amy. Now, one thing about Sharpies, I'm going to have to be really careful getting it close to the acrylic, because if you use a Sharpie pen on acrylic, you will ruin your Sharpie in about a half an inch. So I'm going to have to be really careful just going right up to the acrylic. Now, Sharpie watercolor, not a problem. Sharpies on acrylic, problem. Yeah, the sheet, you can't tell where one ends and the other begins, so we're good. We be good. Now, maybe if I get it in a different light, I'll be able to. I don't know. I'll have to check that. But so far now, it looks like that may be the ticket. For not having a plan, it worked out okay, right? Woohoo! And the foil also repels the Sharpie, so I can just pick up, if I go over it, I can just pick it up with my finger. I can see a little bit difference in the Sharpie finish. Probably not enough that I would worry about it. And to disguise that, something really important that it mattered to me, which this does not, honestly, but if it was something that did matter to me, I would just take a fixative, a workable fixative, or a finish fixative, whichever you've got, and spray it, and it will disguise the finishes. You know that they don't match exactly, but they're about as close as you could get. So, what is it they say? Even a broke clock is right twice a day. Yep. Or a blind root. Squirrel gets an acorn once in a while, or pig. I don't remember. I'm not good at those kind of sayings. I don't remember. But yeah, broken clock is right at least twice a day. All right, when it's cleaned up, it's really nice. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm liking that. Woohoo! Now, I'll take suggestions from the audience. I do have a gold pen, and I'm going to go ahead while I'm on stream here, if I can find the real fine point gold pen, to put those sprigs back in. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Do you think I should add like gold dots or something else gold in the background, or because this is boring as hell, or what do you think? Open for suggestions from the peanut gallery. Am I the slowest person on the planet? I might be. Now, see, if I'd known I was going to do this, I wouldn't have been so careful when I was painting. I would have gone over the lines, but I wasn't sure. So you might want to plan your background first. Now that I know this works, I won't have to be quite so careful around the flowers either. I can leave a little bit bigger area and use that fatter tip Sharpie. So the speed with which this will get done just improved immensely. And it's not like I'm hurried. Would like to get it done today, though. I don't want to let it sit around for too long. I'll check chat here in just a second and get into a stopping point. Not ignoring. Cal. Gold pens, please. Not OCD at all. Did I have them out the other day, Amy? I'm having to think where they're at. Can you remind me where I got them from? Oh, I have the ink one down there. Is that the one I showed you? I can't remember now. God, that's been 2 days ago, Amy. A good gold pen is almost like a good white pen. A good white pen is virtually impossible to find. And when you find one, order it in bulk. In the holder in the bottom left cabinet. Okay. Yeah, that one. I know what you I didn't think I had a lot. But that's not the ones I'm actually thinking of. This is the one I think I was showing you. It's really, really awesome. But the one I was actually thinking of is somewhere else. I'm just not sure where. But this is in my opinion, this is the best gold paint pen on the market. Mine is, it's dry right now. It's not working. But the silver is, but this, in my humble opinion, the Zig oil-based paint markers, this is the best gold on it. But if anybody has a suggestion, I'm open to it. Like the silver, look at that silver. And that's why I kept this. Silver's so right, but I used the gold up. I know I showed you several, I just don't remember where I got them from. This one is a fat nib, but I don't like the color of gold on this one. But I do have, no, I just don't remember where I've got them right now. And that one smells. That one you will end up high after you use it. Is this the one? I think this is, yeah, this is my most recent favorite one. And it's kind of hit or miss. Okay, that's white. I'm gonna have to look around here. Oh, I know what number. Let me see. I know I have a in place, but I hide them from myself. See, okay, here's my free advice to you guys. Do not ever reorganize to try and make things easier to find. Because when you do that, you lose it for eternity. That's it. I have so many white paint pens. They're everywhere. All right. You said you will end up high, like it's a negative. Exactly. What's the matter with me? If you saw my pen cabinet, you would be laughing at me, and I'm not going to show it because I don't need people out of me. Now there's a bunch of silver pens. Those are all combos, so I know they're not in there. Those are all alcohol. All right, they're not there. Holy crap, I might have to order one. No, I have them somewhere. I put them in a really special place, you guys. That special place that will never be found again. Hang on. Nope. All right, I'm done looking. I'll come across them, I'm sure. I do have gold ink in a bottle too. So if all else fails, I will get out my gold ink. Amy is funny. Order supplies. Yeah, I probably will end up ordering a new gold pen. Because look at this one. This one's virtually brand new and it doesn't want to write. All right, I'm done. I'm done looking. But now you're not, oh, well, I'll just have to do it when you guys aren't here. And then I'll show it to you next time. Probably what I'll have to do when I remember where I put the gold pens. I know I have like 6 of them. See how many Sharpies I trash out trying to do this. And those gel pens that they sell like in the Christmas card aisle at Hobby Lobby, they're junk. I've fallen for it. I don't know how many times, you know, like to sign your Christmas cards or whatever. They always have a display. Those are garbage. The best one I've ever had, I got at Jet Pens. Pretty much like everything else. This was fun though. I like the gold foil embossed. I really do. I wasn't sure I would, and I bought it because I thought, oh, Amy would love that. But I like it too. So go figure. And really, this was just a coloring book page done with watercolors is all it was, you guys. But it was fun. The one that Lena got in Europe was, it looked like just like pattern papers where you could paint the pattern papers. It was kind of cool, and she drew a little mouse on it. See, Lena's probably thinking, I didn't think you watch my streams. I do. I watch a lot of streams. People that, you know, you think I don't go to your channel. I do. I watch a lot of stuff recording, and lately I've been attending a lot of streams but not getting into chat. So I think I see a lot more than you guys do. But I have to say, I mentioned at Dee Dee's this morning that I've been to, as best I can, stay off the computer on the weekends, just like take a vacay. I have to say, life so much better. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't get on Netflix or something like that, but I sit and watch streams or, go to different social media sites. Yeah, I have to say my life is way better since I stay the hell away from the computer on the weekends, which means to entertain myself, to read a book, like you have to find how you used to live before computers consumed your life. And it's happening a lot. Like even in restaurants, I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you go into a restaurant, been in one, well, it's been a while, but everybody at the table is sitting there looking at their own device. They're not even at each other. What the hell? Why did you could just stay home and order Domino's pizza or make your own, which is what I do. But I think it's to be a little bit conscious of that we're literally changing the way we socialize with one another. And I'm not sure. I like the convenience of just, like dropping a message or something like that. But it's not the same as like talking to your kids and hearing their voice. You know what I mean? But it's just gotten so darn easy to send a message. Is Lena here? Hi, Lena. I was just talking about you and your gold foil paper. I did the whole, might have been here. But anyway, yeah. And I said you got a pat of it too. And you think I don't watch the streams? I do. I watch all of them. So now I'm just eating up time. That's all I'm doing. Okay. And Amy is funny, but honestly, Lena is funny too. Like if you don't watch Lena's channel, you are missing out on some serious fun laughs. Her channel is Miss Linux, Linux, 2010, I believe. You have to go watch Lena. She's fun, funny, and amazing artist. More importantly than anything, amazing freaking artist. You still discovering live streamers? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of us. And yeah, as you attend streams, we'll talk about other streamers. There comes a point where you kind of have to start being selective of what is the type of art I want to learn or enjoy watching, or unless you're just company. And a lot of times it's just nice to have the company of the fibs in chat. And especially because we've all gotten so darn isolated because of the virus and junk, that it is really nice. I mean, I feel blessed to have this community, so you don't have to go out and deal with people in real life, which for me is bonus. I just got black on that yellow. Oh, yeah, so you don't really have to deal with people in real life. Plus, one nice thing about having this group of fibs is we all have much the same interests, so you can get product information or just basic skills mostly. There's some amazing people on YouTube doing some amazing things. I don't think I've ever looked up anything that I wanted to learn on YouTube that I haven't found somebody who has a channel shown how to, I think if you wanted just to course, if your vacuum had a bag anymore, you could probably find a video of how to change your vacuum cleaner bag. I'm not kidding you. How to change your kitty litter, or like whatever. It's just amazing what's out there. Do not search for how to bomb an embassy or something like that. I think their filters probably catch you and stuff like that. Some of my videos, I don't watch much anymore, but some of my very favorite videos early on were like well, I love any life hacks. I think they're fun as hell. But like DIY products, make your own gesso or whatever, some of those are my absolute favorites, because I think who would sit around and think up how to do? I would never do it. Next time you see have put the gold sprigs of whatever back in. The teachers live streaming while they can't hold live classes. Yeah, I'm not sure that I've seen a lot of that. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can't find out there, so go for it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish using up this black paint and then call it a day. And then Dee Dee said she's mailing my box for my happiest birthday tomorrow. So I should have it Thursday or Friday. So depending on when the mailman delivers it, may do an impromptu stream because she said, well, you're going to open it live. And I am not waiting until next Monday to open it. There you go. I mean, so I might jump on and do a quick unboxing impromptu stream, depending on when it comes. But my mail to her gets there really, really quick. Her mail to me, I think, takes a little bit because of my little tiny post office that has to sort and deliver the mail. I think they've got 3 employees over there, so they can't do a very good job. That's what I say, just giving them credit, benefit of the doubt credit, Okay, got all the big areas that I can do with a brush now. So the rest of it, I'm going to have to finish with the Sharpie and the gold pen. And since I don't know where my gold pens are, I can't believe I've lost them. They got to be somewhere around here. I bet I know. I bet they're in one of these boxes on the shelf. Whatever. My sweet 16, yeah. Right. Stacy from Pink Poodle does a lot of DIY. I don't know that I've ever heard of her. Well, she's pretty much told me everything. That's the problem with Amy or Dee Dee or me. Like, there's no, you can't keep a secret. So most of the stuff she's already told me. And then she was just like, well, go pick out what you want. It was just like, no, I'm not doing that. So I said, just go pick it out yourself. And then as soon as she picked it out, she called and told me what she picked out. I was like, cool, I like that. So, yeah, No secrets around here. She's doing resins. I was reading that. I think maybe you were talking about it, Barbara, but I saw that she was doing resin. So I'll finish cleaning up around the edges of these flowers. Maybe add some of the purple back. Keep losing that dark purple. That's so crazy. But anyway, this was kind of a fun, stress-free project for sure. And my 3 hours, so I appreciate you guys spending your afternoon with me. I really, really appreciate it. And if you have any suggestions, you should feel better about yourself. You haven't told me, yeah, I'm going to have to wait till Saturday. So anyway, you guys, I do appreciate you a ton. I know there's a lot going on in the world and it's very stressful. So just try not to stress. There's nothing you can do, and you've done all you can do. So just be thankful and grateful. And yeah, appreciate you guys so much. Love you. Be kind. See you later. Bye.